Hey YouTube, right now I'll be starting my third episode review of Cardfight Vanguard V. This episode is episode 3, Saikyo Fighter wa Dareda, which means who is the strongest fighter. To start things off, the episode starts off with Miwa, who thinks he's the strongest player at Card Capital for some reason, because he beat Aichi, who recently beat Kai. So it pretty much went Morikawa, Kai, Morikawa losing to Kai, who lost to Aichi, who just now lost to Miwa. And me personally, I don't really think that's how it works. And outside, we pretty much have Emmy spying on her older brother, which Shin pretty much comes to start seeing as she starts thinking that she's a customer. Things start getting awkward, and she goes inside of the store, and Aichi basically just spots her little sister. Later on, Emmy starts to explain why she was peeping through the window, because she was worried about her brother, and me personally, but there's nothing wrong with it. She just acts like the older sister, in my own opinion. Anyway, while everyone's talking about this little thing, we are introduced with Katsuragi Kamui. Sorry. Katsuragi Kamui, who pretty much says he's looking for the strongest fighter. But this is what happens. Misaki basically is telling him, you can't come in if you're going to be noisy like that. Which is fine. Right now, we have Kamui asked, to point out where the strongest fighter is. And she just be happening in the same direction Emmy happens to be in. Kamui spots this and becomes love struck. Or so. Okay. Right after that, he thought that she was the strongest fighter here. Miwa corrects this little theory, saying that he's the strongest fighter here, but Kai actually notes that on a daily basis, Miwa loses to him. Then Miwa says that he lost to Aichi, but at the same time, Aichi says that he lost to Miwa. And because of this, as you can see on the screen right here, Kamui gets a little bit confused and pretty much says, screw it, I'm going to fight all of you guys at once, basically. Alright, let's see. Alright, so right now, Miwa decides to go up first to fight Kamui, but as you can see right here, that didn't really work out in his favor. So I'm guessing he's not the strongest fighter in the store. After that, he pretty much told Kai, if you think that he's so tough, why don't you go right after him? But he actually suggests Aichi to do that instead. Aichi gets a little bit nervous, saying that he's still a little bit new to this. And here pretty much said, well, you beat me before, so you might as well try to beat him. Well, I mean, those weren't exact words, but I can't really think right now. I kind of like how here, from the original season in Vanguard, like I said before, Kai is actually a lot nicer. He's not so moody like he used to be. He's not really being jerkish here, which is something I actually like. Alright, so right now, Kamui and Aichi start their fight. And so far, as you see on the screen, got a little cray in their imagination thing. The music starts really getting good again, which is really driving me up the wall with it in a good way. Alright, starting things off, Aichi starts with Knight Squire Allen. Then ends his turn, says he went first, you can't do anything. Kamui rides to Riser Custom. Then he calls a rear guard. And calls another Riser Custom in the back. Oh, sorry. He starts attacking Aichi. Aichi guards one of them. Then he takes 1 damage so far. So they're pretty much like somewhat trading jabs. Alright. Next, Aichi's turn. He's going to ride into the obvious Blaster Blade. And using his skill to pop one of his rear guards in the front row, which he did. He calls Galatine and he calls Barkle to the back. He's attacking Kamui. Yeah, he's attacking Kamui here. Sorry, I'm not being so totally descriptive here. Attacking with Galatine, attacking with Blaster Blade. You don't really see the trigger checks here. After that's Kamui's turn. He rides into high-powered... What was the name again? High-powered Riser Custom. And calls another copy of him, and then using its skill to call Battle Riser behind the rear guard. Because that's basically what he can do. And I actually do like how Shin actually explains it, and you're getting a little bit more descriptive things about how the cards work in the anime, which is totally fine. Thank you. First, he attacks Aichi. Then after that, Aichi guards with Galatine. He takes the Vanguard attack. That's going to put him at 2. Actually, I got a little bit confused when I first saw this. I thought he was like attacking with 2 Riser Customs in a row, but he was just being a booster. That was just me. So far, and right after that, Aichi looking determined as ever. He starts his turn with a ride to grade 3 with Alfred Early, giving Alfred Early the imaginary gift. As you see right there. Using Alfred Early's skill, he calls Blaster Blade, not using his ability blast this time, but he's gonna give him 10k. At the same time, the cool thing about it is he's in the same column as Wingle. He's gonna get another 5k boost. He attacks with his Vanguard. On his first check, he's going to get 1 critical. He gives it to Alfred, then gets a 10k at a Blaster Blade, giving Kamui 2 damage. Right after that, he attacks with Blaster Blade, but Kamui's going to pretty much PG with that with the Twin Blader. That's a draw trigger, so that's been used for the first time. Next is Kamui's turn. On Kamui's turn, he rides to Perfect Riser. By doing so, he's going to be using the imaginary gift Force, acting as another rearguard circle so he can get more attacks off. On that rearguard circle, he's going to call... What was it again? He's gonna call Astro Kaiser. I mean, you might as well use it as a rearguard. It's not really all that great on Vanguard, in my opinion. Alright. So far, he's calling out more rear guards, pretty much depleting his hand like XL clans will most likely be doing. He's attacking with Astro Kaiser first, and I think he's also attacking with high-powered Riser Custom. Then he swings in with his Perfect Riser, using his skill, Counterblast 2, standing 2 your rear guards. And during the drive check, keep doing that, sorry guys. During the drive check, he gets 2 front triggers. The very first episode where they were introduced, giving your front row 10k power. So right now, he's basically pummeling Aichi into the ground with all these moves and depleting the opponent's hands like they pretty much do best. With the last attack, Aichi had to use 2 Epona to guard. Which is cool. And at the sidelines, it's pretty much Emmy basically cheering his brother, which I thought was pretty cute, I guess. Alright, Aichi's turn. Giving out that confident look. You gotta love that. You really gotta love that. Starting at start, he's gonna be calling two Star Dry Dragons. I forgot to mention that he actually used Blaster Blade to intercept, so that's the first. Sorry about that. He's calling two Star Dry Dragons on the board. Aichi attacks with his first Star Dry Dragon on one of the other sides, and he attacks with the Vanguard. During his drive check, oh, look at that, he got a critical trigger. And that just pretty much ends the game right there. Critical 2, 31,000 power. So it wasn't that much of a long card fight, but it wasn't too short either. At the end of the episode so far, what happens is Kamui finds out that Emmy is Aichi's little sister and not his girlfriend, so he's kind of relieved. He's going to be doing the same thing like he did in the original season 1, where he kind of acts all buddy-buddy with him, just trying to get with his sister. But, I mean, hey, at least Aichi didn't lose this time. It happened differently in the manga, though. He actually met Aichi first, then the sister later on, which is fine. Cool thing about it is, early on, Aichi's sister wants to learn how to play Vanguard. I wonder how that's gonna play out. Well, anyway, guys, that was my review. I'm sorry if I kind of messed up on a couple of things there, but I did the best I could. I even wrote down little notes and everything like that. But if you like the video, give it a like and hit the bell button below to get notified when I upload. I'm probably gonna make another video in a couple of minutes before I go to bed. But thank you for your support, and thank you for the subscribers. I hope to make another video for you guys later on. Either way, see you.